Calderwood, and Blandine, president of Skal, Phuket. This is the first ever meeting, I think, we've ever had in Phuket of both organisations.
That's correct, and I think it's a very historic moment, and we're delighted to have a function of this type and work very closely with our partners at Skal.
Have you ever worked with them before, though?
It's not at Phuket, but we've had similar functions in other parts of Thailand and other parts of the world. And like many people in the industry, I'm a member of Skal as well as being involved in PATA, so I have a long association with both organisations, so it's nice to see them coming together in this way.
Just tell us a little bit about PATA before we get into it. What does PATA represent? Pacific Asia Travel Association, what does it mean?
Well, we're a not-for-profit industry association with a proud history of 60 years. We have membership from right across the globe. We have something like 755 member organisations, but more importantly, we have something like over 500,000 employees working for those organisations. Our role is very simply to try and build a business for the industry, to act as an advocate, and to provide various promotional vehicles to try and ensure that we move forward. And so around the world we have something like 39 chapters, and that really is one of the key important advantages which PATA has. And the chapter network is one of the most important networking opportunities we can provide to the industry.
You're based in Bangkok?
Yes, the head office is in Bangkok, but we have offices in Australasia, North America, Europe, as well as through Asia as well.
And on that point, do you have an office here in Phuket, or is that part of the aim of this meeting to start to have an office?
We don't have an office here in Phuket, but at the present time we have some 21 members of PATA who are actually based here in Phuket. So we think it's very timely for us to be here and to be talking about ways in which we can actually cooperate and link more effectively, to find ways in which PATA can actually bring some added value to our members and help them build their business.
Blandine, tell us about Skal. It's a worldwide organization, isn't it?
It's actually a worldwide. We have 20,000 members within 90 countries. Here in Phuket, we're part of the Skal Thailand. And in Phuket, we are now one of the biggest clubs in Thailand. We have 100 members now in Phuket. What we do is mainly to provide a network and the possibility to make business among friends to our members. We welcome new members in Phuket to get to know their counterparts, but also to make their business better known. We also work a lot with the communities. We support a lot of children, a lot of schools as well. We do a lot of charities. So that's how Skal is. It's more individuals than entities and people.
What do you hope to get out of this first sort of meeting between PATA and Skal here?
Well, what is important for us is I've been president since 2008, and we are trying to be a voice here in Phuket to make the destination promoted, but also to help and support in some issues on the island. I think to have PATA to join us will help us to boost this voice because they may have more connections and also a voice that is already listened to in Bangkok. So it's a great event for us.
Do you mean you want to try and raise some issues, say, with the Thai government in Bangkok from PATA?
Well, it's actually to see how we can make Phuket a better destination, a more secure destination, and maybe to work together, not to have an agenda, but to provide some advice, to help some of the people. Yep.
We've got some VIPs here this evening. I get to see Ashley from the Democrat Party here. What do you hope that perhaps from the Thai government, or the local government, let's first off the Thai government, as you're based in Bangkok, what do you hope they can help tourism here, particularly in this region?
I think there's different ways in which governments can help the industry. Obviously, one is a promotional activity. We're also doing in terms of the various policies and working with the industry to address any particular issue which is actually an impediment to growth. So I think the important thing is that I think the Thai government recognises the importance of tourism. I think approach. One is through the PATA Foundation, where we can provide grants to help in some tourism development. We've actually done a bit of work in the Phuket region in recent years. And secondly is the PATA Task Force, where we actually bring together some of the expert members who can address a particular issue and provide some strategic input into the authorities. So in the past we've actually done that, but perhaps it's time to look at some new initiatives going forward.
Okay. I'm going to let you go because I know you've got to speak this evening. You just got your website if people want more information on you.
.com is getting together. So there's still a lot of room for Thai to move in, especially being moved up from the middle management in the hotel business or the tourist business into the top positions. I see some rooms here.
Do you hope then that PATA, for example, will help with training?
Yes, of course. PATA is very they're experts into exchange the knowledge in the hotel business and the tourism business. So I'm hoping PATA will do some work here in Phuket, especially.
Do you think that would particularly help with the ASEAN community rules that come in 2015?
Of course, there are a lot of trends in the Thai people thinking that merging of the ASEAN's 600 billion people moving into the into one community is a lot of trends into Thai communities. PATAs here is something that will help Thai, those that are already in the tourist business, to be able to move up in town.
Right.
Yeah.
Bhurit, what are your concerns or what are your hopes that people, organisations as well, like Skal, can help the local tourism industry here?
For me, Skal is just a backup stage of the tourism society because it all consists of those foreigners working here in Phuket. They, for instance, like the restaurant, tour operators, or even the hotels management. And this is a backup stage, and we are combining the tourism industry in Phuket. It's already done on that stage, but for PATA to step into Phuket is another new issue. And I hope that this coming with PATA to Phuket can bring all knowledge, as I am convinced and agreeable with the Tosaporn opinion that PATA could bring more education in tourism industry. What we need here is the destination management. We are well known and world representative of the tourism destinations in one of the 5th places in the world, but we rack up the destination management, and this know-how and knowledge of PATA could help us to provide the knowledge and skill of the destination management to improve Phuket tourism, not just only Phuket, but Phuket, Phang Nga, or Enaman area to improve.
All right. 2 issues. Phuket Convention Centre. Do you think it should still go ahead in its proposed location in Macau or somewhere else? Or what do you think?
I don't think it's no time to relocate it. Absolutely, I agree to move forwards at the same area, and it needed.
Very important that we have it
It's very important
for both, not just Phuket, Phang Nga, and Krabi, and
right.
the region.
Andaman area, the regions. Yes.
You agree?
Yes, and the location-wise, it could provide the conveniences of the 3 provinces can be utilized, the facilities together from Phang Nga, Krabi, and Phuket. And also this matter of theory, they already passed the public hearing and all the studies, feasibility studies and all step of the constructions already. And it's just one of the I can say that is people not agree with the solutions of the committee has come out with that kind of reason, which is not cheerful at all for us. And also MICE and business could get along well with the leisure tourism. So business leisure can be part of the tourism as well in this aspect. So I believe that it could be modified into some other form of the business leisure for the tourism industry to gain more profit and more MICE business in Phuket.
All right. And quickly, transport. Do you agree there should be public transport along the coast? There should be more alternatives. Does it need monorail or does it need something much simpler on the ground, say more buses, cheaper, quicker, more direct?
I think what kind of the tools is going to be like, it's unknown yet. But only one basic reason is we need a mass communication transportation in Phuket. We have to set up this issue first. Once we agree all that we need a mass transportation in Phuket, then we will seek for a suitable and more notified to Phuket.
Okay, but you're talking about a big project then.
Anything, any kind of project that can help the transportation in Phuket more fluidiful.
Okay, Tosaporn, what do you
Yes,
think?
I'll go with the rail. Definitely with the rail. Only the rail. Well, with the airport expanding, we will be finished in 3.5 years from now. There's no way to solve the traffic. No, only rail. Bus cannot.
And do you think Pata and Skal can help, perhaps, let's say, persuade the central government to accelerate these sort of projects?
Different issue.
Different issue, I agree. Different issue.
Yes, sir.
Different issue.
It's only Thai can push this.
Yes.
Mm.
This
Okay.
is in inner operations.
All right, well, we better let you go in.
Juice first.
Gotta go in.
Wow, you guys are very punctual.
Well, Blair, we're going out of our way today because we want Skal, Phuket and South Thailand to welcome you and the PATA members and VIPs today. And we want you to feel at home as well.
I feel at home. Well, 10 minutes late would feel a lot more like home, probably. Usually 10 minutes is right.
Well, Blair, actually, everybody's here now, so let's get this event rolling now.
Okay, let's get this thing going. It's great to have everyone here. We've got some amazing VIPs and we've got some great speakers this evening. The event today is all about getting the PAL and the Skal group together and to talk and network and to find out how maybe together we can make Phuket a better place to be. We brought some of the top tourism people on the island and we want to be able to show them that PATA as a group here in Phuket can have some influence in a positive way on the island. We're doing this a little bit by script here, so we're gonna get this thing flowing. Then we're gonna have some of the speakers on here. But I'd like to say this is Blandine. She's the president of Skal. We're kind of off script. I know. We'll be all right though.
Sorry, it's not in the line. Let me sit a little bit, Blair.
Okay, thank you for.
Let me start first. Actually, let's have a seat. I'd like to introduce Blair. Blair will actually be our MC and then it doesn't need to read the line anymore. But I'd like, before we go further, to introduce Blair Spears to the audience if some of you don't know him yet. Actually, Blair arrived on the island of Phuket about 20 years ago and he came on holiday. And then, like it happened to all of us, I hope, he fell in love with the island. So, in the first years, he saw that there was a deep need for education on the island. So, because he had a background in education, he started to have some popular international as well as language schools. After the birth of his first child, then he realized that he needed a change in directions and in occupation. And because he was a computer geek, he found himself cutting his e-commerce teeth back in 1997 when he was helping to build the then startup company planetholiday.com, which is now well known as agora.com. But 10 years ago, Blair decided that he wanted to have to create his own mark in the online travel world by building one of the leading international online websites on the planet, which is hoteltravel.com. Well, today, hoteltravel.com employs hundreds of people, and with 60 expats, actually, professionals from dozens of countries. So Blair has actually come a long way here on the island from one-room bungalow with an old beaten-up computer.
Thank you very much for saving me and getting me to sit down. I'd like to introduce Blandine to everyone. I think a lot of people here are Skal members and probably know all about her, but I'll just quickly tell you a little bit about Blandine. Blandine's had 23 years of experience in the hospitality industry, including 20 years as an expat under the Accor umbrella. Along with her professional career, she's always been able to join business assignments and challenges in her interests, in discovering new cultures and new countries, living and working with local communities. She spent 10 years in West Africa and had the memories of a lifetime with coup d'etats and wars, but most importantly, her only child, Alex, was born. She's had 4 years as president of the French Association in Bangkok, where she was taking care of over 300 families and helping take care. I've jumped over for a couple things here, I apologize. But actually, she was the very first GM from Accor. She spent 3.5 years in Scotland. And apologize here, I'm trying to read this. Her arrival on the island, I'm going to get right back to her arrival on the island. She joined the Skal Phuket as coming down from being the Skal Bangkok. She was a director in the Skal Bangkok. She came down to Phuket, and she started as the treasurer, and now she is the president of Skal Phuket. Very auspicious position. Thank you. She has many fond memories in Thailand, and she's always worked in the community here. She's helped out in the tsunami. She's helped out when there was the Phuket plane crash. She's done a lot of things here with the community and is well known in that regard. One of her greatest honors that she's had is that her country presented her with the French Order of Merit in 2008, which is a very high honor, of course. And she's someone that's obviously been in Phuket for a long time, contributing to this tourism industry that we have, and we're proud to have her here tonight. She calls Thailand home. Thank you very much, Blandine. Cheers.
Well, Claire, it seems that we have a lot of similarities, but with our introduction. But indeed, we are actually two very different persons.
No, it's very true. You know, and we're obviously very different people, but we're also from both two different organizations, very different organizations.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by two different organizations.
Well, PATA and Skal, I think, are a little bit different. PATA is an organization that helps to build private business, works with government and public sectors to try and build private enterprise.
Yes, and Skal is an organization of tourism professionals from around the world promoting business among friends.
Well, it's very true, but if you take a look at business, PATA tries to help business within the tourism industry. It actually helps to try and grow businesses become more successful.
Well, with Skal members, we are the industry managers and executives running those businesses and making them successful.
Okay, well, you've got me. I get there. It's true. Well, PATA. Okay, here we go. Try this one. PATA Strategic Intelligence Center offers unrivaled data and insights, including Asia-Pacific inbound and outbound statistics.
Right, but can the PATA members drink to the end of the night until sun rises for free?
Oh, well, some of us can. Some of us can. Okay, well, PATA enhances the sustainable growth, value, and quality of travel and tourism to and from and within the region.
Right, but Skal members actually, through their expertise, enhance the quality of the traveler's experience.
Well, what do you think, Blandine? Do you think these two organizations can get together, or there's just too many differences?
Well, Blair, I think we have here enough people and good speakers that will actually let us know.
Yeah, let's get to these speakers. Let's get to the pros in the building here. We want to thank a few people that are out there tonight. We have some very